love.
Feel good vibes and great music.
Oh, yeah.
This is Radio 44. Your music, your life.
Even the other stations are listening.
I'll say it the way it is, and you know you do agree with me. Getting placement in the right university, going for the right course, is as complicated as finding the right life partner. Sometimes we all make mistakes, but there is one organization that'll ensure that the path that you choose is indeed the best path for you. I'm talking about Unipass. And today, right here in the studio, we do have Sanpreet Kaur Sehmi, and she's going to be talking about all the things that you need to know when it comes to pursuing a good education abroad. She is indeed the managing director of Unipass. So keep right here on Radio 44. We will be back right after this. We do have Sanpreet Kaur Sehmi, the managing director of Unipass. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeet. Thank you so much for this opportunity to invite me here.
I gotta say, it's such a vibe. We've just been talking and enjoying the music over here at Radio 44. It's so good to have you over here. You're such a vibe.
Thank you so much. I love the Punjabi vibes. Appreciate that.
Anytime. Now, you've been in the game for over 2 decades.
Yes.
Right? Now, I gotta ask you this straight up. What exactly is Unipass?
Well, Unipass, Jeet says it all. It's your passport to universities.
Okay.
So we're an international education consultancy operating for over the past 24 years. And what we do is we actually send Kenyan students to study overseas to multiple countries like Australia, Canada, UK, US, amongst others. The new upcoming countries are Hungary, Germany. We also have Malaysia.
Ah, right.
And we represent more than 300 institutions worldwide.
Insane. Now, you know, it's usually pretty hard for students or parents even to make the decision, and there are a lot of factors and challenges. So what are the common challenges that students face, when applying for international study, and how does your organization help them beat these challenges?
Well, a lot of the challenges, especially the most important challenge that we have noticed over years, is career guidance. So 90% of graduates worldwide don't really get employment in their area of study. And this all stems from the fact that they get the wrong career guidance. So one of our speciality to start with is we sit down with the student, the parents, and guide them, look at what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, and guide them to choose the right career. This is one problem that we have noticed. And also in terms of, you're going to laugh at this.
Okay, I'm here.
But AI.
What?
Yes.
How?
So what happens is, have you ever noticed when you go onto Google and you're looking for buying some pair of shoes?
Yeah.
And you start pressing in Google, I want a Nike pair of shoes. And a couple of days later, you still keep on seeing shoes coming up on your Google.
Right, ads, yeah.
Yes, so in this scenario, a student goes to look for engineering.
Yeah.
And then what happens is AI just keeps on directing them to a certain area.
Oh.
And you just get confused, and you also lock your doors to know what are the options they are in terms of, could be aeronautical engineering, mechatronic, or other unique engineering programs that have just cropped up into the market.
Right.
So what happens is you get locked up and you're not really exposed to know what there really is.
Yeah, because it's subliminal programming.
Exactly.
You're being manipulated.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So that's the second problem I see, and that really goes towards getting the right, kind of knowledge. Then I also noticed that a lot of applications are filled in the wrong manner. They may miss a certain detail because it's the first time they're really doing this. So they're nervous, they're anxious, they don't have the knowledge.
Right.
The other area which is really going towards the end result, which is you can only go overseas if you get a visa.
Yes.
And certain embassies or different embassies have different requirements. And students miss out to give a certain document or maybe hold their funds for a certain period. So I just find that these are the areas that students need or they have challenges in.
Excellent. We'll be back right after this, and we'll be talking about how Unipass actually offers support to actually beat these challenges. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on Radio 44. Remember, you can enjoy the music videos by going to radio44.co.ke, and you can also watch the vibe that Sanpreet Kaur brings into the studio by going there and hitting the watch live button. We are talking about Unipass. Now when it comes to Unipass, right, what kind of support do you offer families now, especially parents? Parents, as you know, have 1,000 concerns. They're scared of sending their children abroad, new place. So what kind of support do you offer to the families and to the parents out there?
Thank you. Thanks, Jeet. So what we have is we have a quite experienced team in different departments. So first of all, the parents come in and we guide them and we make sure that they're happy with the decisions that they're making for their child. Mm-hmm. We assist them with the entire application process. We have a team to do so. In addition to that, we help them with the visa process, the accommodation, flight bookings, airport pickups, and also pre-departure briefings, which means we actually help them with the do's, the don'ts while they go overseas. So we have the whole umbrella of trying to make sure that the families and the students are well covered, taken care of. We hold their hand through the process.
Lovely. No, I was just like thinking, if my boys and I were to come and get a pre-departure briefing from you, you'd probably spend like 7 years talking to us.
I'm sure. I love talking.
All right, we'll be back right after this banger of a track. And it is, I bet it's someone you love, Sanpreet. It's Karan Ojla.
Ooh.
And we do have Sanpreet Kaur, the managing director of Unipass, right here with us. Now, Sanpreet, we talked about the kind of support you offer to the families, to the parents. Now, what kind of advice do you have for students who are choosing a new destination and institution to study abroad? And now, especially in terms of career prospects, like you said, with such an ever-changing world right now, you can't go with what we used to go with 20 years ago. Doctor, engineer, nothing like that, right?
Yes.
So can I hear from you?
Yeah, well, the advice I'll give students is, first of all, you have to do your research quite well and go for what your passion is. Because once you go for your passion, forever you'll succeed. It doesn't matter which country you are in, you will always excel. A university degree or an education is something, Jeet, no one can take away from you.
Absolutely right. And I think one of the most important things of what you offer, right, is that people walk around saying you should do this, you should do that, but you guys come in and you understand the student on a one-on-one basis. However, I have to ask you a question that I bet a lot of people want to ask you. Like, what are your rates like for such services?
We actually don't charge any rates, so the service is absolutely free.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What?
So welcome, come on in. Have a look.
It's free?
Yes, it is free.
Oh my God, Mom and Dad, I hope you're listening. You know, the decisions you made in my life, yeah, you could have talked to her. You know, things would have been different anyway. So now, what are the trends that you're seeing in demand for international education right here in Kenya? You know, so a lot of students are thinking about it, and how has Unipass adopted to these changes?
Well, what we're noticing is, which is something that's really good, a lot of students who we sent a couple of years ago are coming back, setting up industry, bringing in a lot of knowledge that they've learned. Now, one thing I always say is that whatever you study in those four walls is probably 40 to 50% of your actual university degree.
Right.
But what you study outside those four walls is part of making up your university university degree. Now, what I'm noticing is when students are coming back to Kenya or they're moving from one country to the other, they're actually bringing in the knowledge that they've learned, which is so important, because if we end up staying in the same place, then we don't have knowledge from worldwide countries.
Agreed.
To share, bring, to communicate, and to enjoy.
Excellent. All right, we'll be back after this. And in fact, I do have a little bit of a surprise. We've got some voice notes for you. All right, keep it right here on Radio 44 right now. Dropping you this one. Definitely feels like a Friday. Right now, we do have Sanpreet Kaur, the managing director of Unipass. Now, Sanpreet, I do have a little bit of a surprise for you. I did tell you that we got a few voice notes that have come in.
Oh, wow.
And right now, we got a voice note from Mrs. Matharu. So just give me one moment. It goes a little like this.
Good morning. I highly recommend the services of Unipass, which was given to my two children abroad Canada, and they are very reliable and very comfortable. So I recommend Unipass, the best service given to us in Kenya. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a good surprise.
That was
Thank
a surprise,
you so much.
yes. And I think Mrs. Mathari was driving or so. So, yes, I think the message is loud and clear.
Yes.
A lot of gratitude towards you.
Thank
now,
you.
know, we constantly see a lot of countries changing policies and everything. So, how do you stay updated on changes in international education policies, visa regulations, and how does this benefit your students?
Thank you. So we have a visa department in our office that solely keeps track on different changes which happen quite often from different countries. And we also work very well with local consulates as well as international. So we're always up to date on the changes and the regulations. I'm very proud to say in the history, our visa success rate is 98%.
98%.
Yes.
Good Lord. And yeah, I mean, considering all the countries that you guys are, dealing with, over 300 universities.
Yes.
It must be difficult keeping track of all the changes, right?
Yes, it is, because it's a constant change with governments changing their regulations.
Right.
So this is quite an important aspect of our company.
Excellent. Now, I understand there's a university fair that's happening with
Yes,
Unipass.
there is.
Tell me more about it.
Yes, so we have quite a few universities from all over the world, and I personally invite all of you who are listening to please come on in and come and have a look and gain some knowledge, even if your children are not yet ready to move to go to university. I think it's good to start in building the thought in their mind. And we have one of the largest education fairs happening at the Movenpick Nairobi Westlands. This is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, 14th of September. We will be there from 9 to 5 p.m. And if you're looking for me, I'll be in a bright orange shirt.
Pushing the brands forward. All right.
Yes.
We're going to take one more short break. I'm dropping you a track that is bound to make you dance. And right after that, I've got another voice note from someone abroad for you. Keep it right here. We do have Sanpreet Kaur Sehmi, the managing director of Unipass. Now, I did tell you that we've got another voice note, and this one
Yes.
has come in all the way from Australia. All right, someone by the name of Kiran Kalsi. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
someone.
I do.
All right,
I do.
here's Kiran with a message for you.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Hi, Sanpreet. Actually, a very old student of yours. We're talking about 7 years ago. And I just want to say that I really thank you for the bottom of my heart. And you made me where I am today. I settled very well in Australia, studied and started work. And I'm so successful. And I just couldn't thank you enough. And I would advise anyone who wants to go through Unipass to use Unipass, because they are genuine and they are so amazing, especially their personalized touch, their services, and their advice. I mean, they give the best advice concerning your career. So I really am thankful to all of you, and to Unipass, of course, and to you, Sanpreet, for guiding me. And I really wish you all the best.
All right, my next question was why Unipass, but it seems like Kiran all the way from Australia has answered that. Thank you so much for that. That's a lovely message. All right, so finally I have to ask, why Unipass?
Well, I think the messages said it all, and thank you all for the messages. It's really hard for me to explain to you, but one of the main things is we actually take students as our own because we're dealing with the rest of their lives, we're dealing with families, and whatever it is, when a child comes to our office, they're considered as our own. And we work as a boutique agency, and we are non-commercial. We have a passion and a love for what we do.
I think I'm sold. So can a 56-year-old like myself, apply for a university right now? Is that
of course you can, but you don't look 56.
What, 65, right?
No, 22.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard it. Sanpreet, I think this was phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time. And,
thank you.
Seriously, thank you. Mrs. Matharu and Kiran Kalsi all the way from Australia. You guys, you just put a smile on Sanpreet's face and you put a smile on my face. Unipass it is.
Thank you. Appreciate this.
All right, have a beautiful, beautiful day and good luck.
Thank you.